I bought this YFS 200 on hopes of rebuilding it. I was told it had a fresh engine rebuild on it, so I disassembled it, sorted the parts, and began finding out what I'm going to need to replace on this thing. All of the metal on the chassis was sanded down, painted, and primed. Everything was going great until we dropped the engine in, tried to fire it up, and it had a weird ticking sound. So we ended up pulling the engine apart and finding out that it was never rebuilt and it had a horrible crankcase. The bearings were shot, the piston had so much movement in it, and all the gears were grinded off. So we ended up putting it on Marketplace for $800 with a fully rebuilt chassis besides the engine that's blown up and see what other offers we can get out of it. Until I got a notification one day that some guy wanted to trade. Now usually I don't like trading with people because usually when they want to trade there's not really good deals until I see a 1990 CR80 in decent condition that runs. I ended up going through with the deal, flat trade for the YFS between the CR80. Upon riding it, I knew it was going to need a little bit of work before it could be done, but overall it was a really good, fast, fun little bike. Upon further inspection, a lot of the stuff was painted badly, suspension was probably going to need rebuilt, and overall just some wear and tear on it. So I came to the conclusion I was going to do a full restoration on it and make it as OEM as possible. So concluding, enjoy the short montage of the CR80 build. And finally, after over an entire year, the bike has been complete. Despite, there are a few nooks and crannies that are not finished yet, which I will address later about in this video. But first, I want to say this bike was an amazing time to restore and all of the hard work that was being put into this build. I also want to go over some of the custom parts that were made for this bike. Starting with the custom bracket to fit a 1998 front plate on the 1990 model, as well as custom wheel spacers due to the old ones were being worn. Also, the issues with the bike right now is there's no pipe clamp, there's no mud flap, there's a shorty fender on it, there's no coolant overflow, the brake line has a slight crack in it, but we did fix that, and I did realize after the fact that I installed the shroud graphics wrong, but it is no issue. To conclude this video, I want to talk about how much I spent on this bike and the reason I built it. I put around $500 into the blaster and traded it for the Honda. Next, I bought on new bearings for the bike, which cost around $200. All of the paint, primer, and any of the other paint coatings was around $100. And lastly, other parts like spacers, fluids, seat cover, gaskets, graphics, and miscellaneous parts would bring the total cost to around $1,100. Thus, my reason for building this bike was to gain experience in the bike building scene and to see what profits I can gain. It looked like the average price for restored 80s are roughly $2,000, so that would come out to $900 profit with 60 hours shop work. I want to say thank you guys for watching. Hopefully soon I will get another video out talking about my next bike build, but in the meantime, peace.